もううちの出番かな。さーて、肩慣らしといこっか。
What's up, everyone? Back with another chaoszeronightmare video. Ever wondered which characters will give you the smoothest ride straight into the endgame? And which ones might, well, give you a bit of a headache? Today we're breaking down the tier list for difficulty 10, not just by numbers, but by how they actually feel to play when the pressure is on. And remember, this is all about that high-stakes chaos mode. So, let's get into it. Alright, before we get to the tiers, we need to talk about one thing that can make or break your run: RNG. If you're new to this, RNG stands for Random Number Generator. But forget the technical term. In gaming, it just means pure luck. It's the unseen force that decides what cards you draw, what items you get, and in chaoszeronightmare, most importantly, what epiphany options show up for you. A run with god-tier RNG feels amazing. You get all the perfect epiphanies and your characters become unstoppable. But with bad RNG, you get stuck with useless options and get wiped out by the first elite. It's that simple. So when we talk about a character being RNG dependent, it means their power is a roller coaster. One game they're carrying you, the next they're dead weight because the luck wasn't on your side. First up, the SS tier. I like to call this group the Safe Bet Squad. Picking these characters is like putting on armor. They are your foundation, you build your run around them, and they rarely let you down. Start with Mika. If you want to survive, you bring her. It's that simple. She's not just a healer, she's the healer. Then you have Kype. Think of her as your personal bodyguard for the entire team. Those AoE shields are a get-out-of-jail-free card for so many dangerous situations. And Veronica? She's the Swiss Army knife. Need damage? She's got it. Need to draw cards? She does it. She just seamlessly slots into any plan. For your main damage dealers, Emlyn and Haru are the go-to. You press the button, things die, no fancy setups, no praying to the RNG gods. Just pure, reliable pain. Hugo hits like a truck too, but just be aware, sometimes he can't find his favorite weapon in his big toolbox. Magna is your sturdy shield that also punches back, and don't sleep on Tressa. She applies agony so fast, bosses just melt. The theme here? Consistency. They perform from the very first floor to the last. Now let's talk about the S tier. I call these the high roll heroes. This is where things get exciting and sometimes stressful. These characters have incredibly high ceilings, but reaching that peak often depends on what the game decides to give you. Crone can become a monster if you give him time and the right tools to scale. Beryl can one-shot enemies, but his power is directly tied to how many cards he can hold onto. He's a different character entirely with high duplicates. Cass is a late-game powerhouse, but getting there without a strong team carrying the early game is a real challenge. Marble, shielding, and counterattacks, primarily defensive, less impactful than Kype or Magna. Good fallback when lacking stronger shielders. Renova and Ren are community favorites for a reason. When their unique mechanics come online, it's a beautiful thing. But it can take a while to get the engine started. Selena is a fantastic partner in crime for your main DPS. Orla's buffs can win you a long battle, but you have to survive long enough to use them. Playing with S tier is like a strategic gamble. The payoff is huge, but be ready for some runs to feel harder than others. Finally, we have the A tier. These are the project characters. You pick them because you love their design or you want a challenge. They require a lot of game knowledge, and a very specific setup to shine in Chaos 10 Nia can enable some crazy thin deck strategies, but getting there is a journey filled with RNG. Ray has his moments, but often feels like he costs too much for what he brings to the table. Owen tries to be a jack of all trades. But in a mode where specialists excel, he often falls short. Luke and Lucas are waiting for the day bullets become meta. Today is not that day. And then there's Amir. Look, we appreciate the free character, but using him in difficulty 10 is the real nightmare mode. You can win with them, but you're choosing the hard path. Did you know that re-rolling right now gives you roughly 4 times the summoning resources compared to day 1? That's right, 4 times. And this massive reward isn't even locked behind account level. It's basically a huge gift package from the devs for new players. So this part is the ultimate re-roll guide. I'll tell you why now is the perfect time and exactly which characters you should be aiming for to start the game with a massive advantage. First, let's understand why re-rolling is so profitable right now. There's a core mode called the Zero System, where you need to clear tough stages within a turn limit to earn stars and seasonal rewards. These rewards are the key to summoning and character progression later on. Right now, a new account can claim a ton of summon tickets and materials from mail and achievements. This lets you build a powerful starter team right from the beginning, making story progression and endgame content much easier. If you've been playing for a few days and feel unhappy with your pulls, I strongly advise you to restart your account now. I'm even planning to create an alt account myself to capitalize on this. So, the million-dollar question, who should we aim for? With updated tier lists from experts, here are the top 3 recommendations for your reroll targets. Hugo. The simple, brutal DPS. His core skill, Hunting Instincts, deals massive single-target damage. He doesn't rely on complex deck setups or luck. You get him, and you use him. He's strong from early to late game. If you get him, your main damage dealer is set. Mean. The late game damage ceiling. She needs 2 to 3 turns to set up, but once she does, she can unleash terrifying damage. Around 15,000 with one skill. Compare that to the usual 5,000 per turn from others. She also draws her own cards and becomes monstrous with the right support. A must-pull for players who love big numbers. Kype, the goddess of chaos mode. She is the top-tier shielder right now. In the difficult chaos manifestation mode, having her or not is a night and day difference. While she might be less flashy in other modes, if you want to steadily progress and clear all content, Kype is your safest bet. Many ask about Veronica. She's powerful, but she's a team player. She needs specific partners like Min or Haru to reach her full potential. Therefore, for a fresh starter account, she is not the top priority. She's less plug-and-play than the top 3. Finally, a quick pitfall guide. Remember these 2 names. Avoid spending your early resources specifically chasing them. Luke. His damage is currently considered weak. He needs a buff Orla. She's a support, but many 4-star characters can do her job adequately. No need to chase her at the start. To summarize everything, reroll now. 4x rewards, limited window. Prioritize the starter trio, Hugo, Mean, and Kype. Getting even one of them means a fantastic start. If you manage to get 2, that's a god-tier account. So, that's our breakdown. The big takeaway? For a smoother ride in Chaos mode, lean on the consistent SS tier. What do you think of our list? Did we overrate or underrate your main? Let us know in the comments below. And if this was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more chaoszeronightmare content. Good luck out there, and may the RNG be ever in your favor.